thing just rips, man. That's pretty effing fun. What's up? So heading out through the neighborhood here. This is really my third ride on the ST. My first was getting it home from the dealer, and then it's actually my fourth ride. I got it home from the dealer and I cut my thumb within like 5 minutes of getting it home. I still had all my riding gear and everything on, and I cut my thumb, cut the tendon on my thumb, and basically it's been 6 weeks. Anyway, it's been about 6 weeks or so since I've been able to ride. Alright, so just driving through town. Again, this is really only about my fourth time to ride this bike. So I'm still just getting used to it and trying to figure stuff out and trying to figure out my left hand situation. So far it's pretty good, but it does fatigue pretty much faster. Just, you know, keeping my hand kind of stiff down on this, you know, pulling this clutch. I did put these 1-finger grips on, which I'm definitely digging, and I just passed, I think, about 50 miles on the bike, so I definitely am still keeping it in the safe range. Just trying to keep it, you know, below 3,000 RPM, and just really kind of split up the riding that I'm doing, not just sticking at, you know, one speed. And honestly, just kind of learning the bike a little bit too, you know. I mean, I've got a little circle that I do, and I've ridden that a few times, but I'm going to take this over to the toll road, and I might just hit the hit the on-ramp and off-ramp a few times, or hit the feeder road for a little bit, just to kind of see what sort of wind protection I get. Again, I've got that Clearview. I've got that Clearview coming in, the XL. So just trying to see what kind of what the wind's doing to me. And I'm 6 feet tall and you know, about 220 pounds, and I've got the Thrashin 6.5 inch pullbacks on here, which I'm digging. I also have the mini foot pegs from Thrashin. And just trying to keep that under 3,000 RPM, and just really trying to get just kind of feel the bike out a little bit. I'm less than, you know, whatever, 50 miles or something on this bike now. Just about 50, I think, is what I passed. And so again, I'm just trying to get to know it a little bit. It's very nimble, super fun to ride. I haven't really done anything else to it to this point except for just, you know, the tab slip-ons in terms of performance, and mainly that was just to, you know, to get a little bit better of a sound more than anything else. I'll probably, you know, put a 2-in-1 pipe on. More than likely we'll end up, you know, tuning in some way. Alright, let's see here. Definitely need to make an adjustment to this back brake pedal. It's so nice. Doing about 70. I can feel a little wind on like the bottom part of my helmet, kind of in my chest, like my upper chest, but it's really not that bad. Starts to about 75, 80, it starts to kind of wobble my helmet a little bit. I intentionally did not wear so I've got about 80 miles on the bike. That's about it. I rode it 19 home and cut my finger, and then it basically sat for a couple weeks. And yeah, so then it basically sat for a couple weeks, or for 6 weeks really. And then one of the big game changers for me was switching over to these one finger grips. So they're actually 2-finger grips, and I'm really digging them. It's hard to tell a difference on the brake side because it's the brake side, and the brakes work really great on this motorcycle. They did stock. I can't really feel that there's much of a difference. I was able to, these are the adjustable 1-finger grips, so I was able to adjust them to get on both sides to get the actual pull levers as close as I could possibly get them to me. Yeah, I gotta say, the way that I've got it set up right now, I mean, I would love to ride one of these with the 9.5 pullbacks, just to see better, worse. I mean, obviously it's gonna be different, but just to get a much better idea as to, you know, what that would feel like. And I've got the Saddleman seat, which so far I'm digging. And this sun is just brutal on this road this time of night. Down a gear there. But yeah, man, so far this thing's fun as heck, and again, the riding position for me seems to be pretty comfy. You know, I'm just kind of one-handed right now. I've got the Saddleman, that step-up seat, so for me, I can't really tell. I mean, I didn't really do an A/B. It's one of the first things I changed was putting this seat on, so I can't really A/B it in terms of whether you're higher or lower or more forward or back versus the stock. But I'll say for me, I'm 6 feet, and I'm kind of pushed myself back into the seat as much as I can, and it's a pretty comfy riding position, to be honest with you. I mean, it's not a cruiser riding position for sure, and for somebody like me that was coming from a cruiser bike, having your arms a little bit more out and mid controls is certainly a little bit different. But I dig it. I think the foot pedals, or the foot what do they call them, the mid control, you know, the thrashing foot pedal that I've got, I think is so anyway, I'm a big fan of the mini floorboards from Thrashing that I have on here. I know there's a lot of people who end up going bigger on these, but I dig them. They fit my feet really nice. I am still working on, I bought the I think it's Green Brothers, I think is the name of the piece, but it's basically a brake pedal adjustment lever. So I went in manually and kind of adjusted to try to get my brake pedal up a little higher. I know most people, especially if you already have ridden this bike or you own this bike, you know that stock, how far the brake pedal is down, so it's just really hard to get leverage on it. You almost kind of have to stand up on your toes to engage it. Oh my god, man, that sun is just brutal. And so so anyway, this Green Brothers, you know, brake pedal adjustment is pretty cool because it allows you to get the brake pedal more kind of upright, more like sort of how the brake pedal is in your car, I guess. and get a more functioning brake pedal, basically. But this is just my little circuit that I started riding, just trying to learn how to ride, basically. These are some pretty decent twisties back here, not too terribly difficult, but you know, they're a little bumpy, and the traffic's usually not too bad, so it's a good place to, you know, to learn, and again, especially with this motorcycle, I mean, this thing just rips, man. That's pretty effing fun. Pretty fun. Anyway, thanks for riding along today. This is really kind of my first, well, my second, well, I mean my third, I mean counting bringing it home. I didn't hook GoPros and stuff up to it the other night when I rode it. It'd been 6 weeks since I'd ridden, and I was really just trying to, you know, get comfortable on the bike. I didn't want to have a bunch of cameras and stuff on and be thinking about that stuff versus thinking about, you know, riding the bike.